To give you a layman's view of the H4 versus the H4n by Zoom. Both of these, as I understand, are pretty capable. Thought I'd just kind of share, kind of the, what it might look like and help you try to decide between the two. One of the things off the bat that I thought was nicer about the H4, and I just got the H4n, so I haven't even really messed around with it yet, is this little guy here. Looks much more cleaner and nicer. It just kind of fits on there and doesn't look too obtrusive. This thing is kind of ridiculous. It's, huge and covers this entire top. I would wish they would have done something a little bit, nicer and cleaner. Obviously this one wouldn't go on because it's a little bit smaller, but I think if they made something more along the lines of this guy that would fit the H4n, it would be much nicer looking. As far as the microphones, these ones, come right next to each other, where these have this kind of crisscross pattern. So that's that. Just kind of looking around it. Both of them on the bottom have two inputs. This one says input 1, input 2. Here it just says 1 and 2. But they can hold both 1/4 inch as well as XLR inputs. So that's the same. You got your power input there for a AC power adapter. The same thing here. And then there's just some minor differences on the front as far as how each of them look and how buttons are laid out. The menu here is this kind of scroll, little joystick kind of button. And here you have a number of extra buttons. Here you have the various numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And on the H4n, they're across here. Record there, record there. Looking on the side here. You have line in. This one has a remote feature, so you can use a remote. This one does not. Headphones or their headphones or line, same kind of thing. Well, I guess that's a combination of these two ports together in one. Here you have your volume wheel. Here you have a little volume rocker. You have your USB down here, USB there, on and off here. And you have your power switch down here going that way. Turning on, has a little Z zoom. I'm going to turn this guy on too so we can see the front as it's turning on. And looks like a yellow screen on there. The screen on the H4n is definitely larger, as you can see. This will give you a little bit more ability to see it more clearly. This one's green versus like an orangish yellow. Here it's telling you you're in stereo, 4-channel or MTR, which I think is meter. So now we're going to turn it over on this side. And in both you have your rocker wheel here. Here you have a menu button, where that is over here on this one. Here you have your recording level up and down. Here you have your mic, which is the top mic, your input 1 and 2 adjusters. Other thing is, on this guy, your SD card is actually buried in here where your batteries are. So you push this little button down, this opens up. It's not an easy one-hand thing, but I'll get it to go with one hand. Push this up, and there's your SD card along next to your batteries. So in order to remove your SD card on this guy, you'd actually have to shut it off if you're running it on battery. Starting back up. Here you have your SD card on the side, right here, and as I understand, it actually supports larger SD cards than the H4 on the H4n. So we're going to open that up. Sorry, I'm trying to record with one hand and open it up with the other hand. But anyway, SD card is in there. I got a 4 gig card in here, and yep, there it is. And runs on 2 AA batteries as well. Looks like you can put an external mic in there. Also behind, both of them can mount on a tripod or something like that. This one has it built right in. This one has, and I have it mounted already here, an external thing that kind of slaps on there to allow you to mount that. So it comes in with both of those. On here, behind the battery area, is a little stamina button. So you could actually turn on stamina and keep your batteries running a little bit longer. So flip that to on versus off, and that'll allow it to last a little bit longer. Far as menus go, I want to mess around with this guy a little bit more and kind of give you a full review and comparison of the two. as I understand this a little better, then I'll go through all the features. But just kind of wanted to go a quick run around. This is definitely lighter plastic. This one feels a little bit more heavy, a little bit more durable. See if I can kind of, I don't know, let's see if I can kind of, I don't know if you can tell there's rubber. This is rubberized on the side versus, kind of just plastic, but still, I guess they're okay from that perspective. So that's kind of a quick run around just on the outside of devices. I think the next step is really features, and in order for me to do that, I want to study up on these a little bit more so I can make a good comparison. And then in another video, I'll also do recording files, both with the onboard microphones here, as well as with or without the windscreen guys on, and also do kind of a full out, here's how all the menus and stuff work. And also I'm going to do some research on what the what various features each has versus, so it can give you more pros and cons. But I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, ask below, because I definitely want to learn more things about them. And the questions that you guys are going to ask are going to actually help me to better research and understand how to use them myself. So do you have one of these? Do you like it? If you had the H4, do you think it's an upgrade to the H4n or not? Even further ones, H5 and so on. I picked this one up for about 120 bucks. I think I picked this one up for about 75 or 80. These seem to be a little bit more difficult to find. The software too that are supported on them is definitely higher on the H4n, because I think it was supported for much longer. This one uses Cubase LE4, and I think this goes up to more of a modern, almost the most newest Cubase, even though both of these devices have been discontinued. So thanks for watching. Give a thumbs up if you like this. And like I said, ask questions below, because that's what's going to help me to, better answer what your questions are, learn a little bit more myself. And, the best results come from sharing in the community. So thanks for watching, and look forward to seeing you on the next one.